Yes, hello and welcome to an exciting Night 2 of the New Dawn Tournament Series Volume 2. And of course, I am your host and commentator, Shirt Donovan, ready to bring you another exciting night of tournament action. Folks, first up tonight after a breathtaking Night 1 in which we saw Douglas Daniels, the most recently dethroned champion of the heavyweight division, dethroned by Harold Kelly, was now knocked out in round 1 of this tournament by underdog Reynaldo Mendez. Reynaldo Mendez having the worst record in the entire heavyweight division going into 2021. Big time development there, a bracket breaker to be sure, but first up tonight, we have a matchup between two heavy hitters in the women's division. It will in fact be Paula Reyes taking on former Destiny Band champion Beverly Brooks. This will be an extreme test for Paula Reyes, but if anyone has what it takes to stand up to the strength and might of Beverly Brooks, it is perhaps Paula Reyes. Let's go to the ring now for our first match of the evening. Making her way to the ring, Paula Reyes. Paula Reyes, a fitness trainer background, extremely athletic with a well-rounded moveset. She will look to overpower, or at least try to match power, with a complete machine in Beverly Brooks. And her opponent, Beverly Brooks. A multi-time Destiny Band champion, Beverly Brooks, trading the belt back and forth in the early days of Super Spirit Wrestling with Ryoko Matsui. A rivalry that will go down in history, no doubt, for Super Spirit Wrestling as we get underway our first matchup of the evening. Paula Reyes doing battle now with Beverly Brooks, two of the largest, most powerful women in the entire division, now looking to advance in this first round matchup. As with last night, folks, I will be bringing you the 2020 win-loss records of all of our competitors this evening as we move through more round 1 matchups in these different divisions. Paula Reyes for the year of 2020. 9 wins, 12 losses. Beverly Brooks, as I said, a multi-time champion, 14-9. Reyes, the statistical underdog here, but we have seen much development from her since her signing, and she collects a huge lariat there. Beverly Brooks turning her inside out. Beverly Brooks now running over Reyes. An Irish whip here and another lariat connects. We begin to see the power here, but look at this. The well-rounded offense of Paula Reyes as she finds herself on the receiving end of a huge slam there. And now Reyes testing Brooks with these elbows. Brooks firing back with the chops. Reyes sends Brooks down to the mat, trying to continue her offense here, lifting that big leg up straight to the chin of Beverly Brooks. And Brooks now to the midsection. And she turns Reyes inside out again, and a senton for good measure across the back. And Brooks now starting to steamroll this freight train-like offense that we've seen time and again from Brooks. Reyes will need to stop it. Look at Brooks now handling Reyes. In an effortless manner, she now sends Reyes to the corner, maybe looking to seal things early, thinking about a Beverly bomb, but now look at Reyes here, targeting the leg of Brooks, doing damage to the vertical base potential of her competitor, as she may now be finding out that she cannot outdo the strength of Brooks. Out of the corner is Reyes, with that huge kick in now, to the ropes, a lariat of her own. Brooks continually looking for this corner position, definitely thinking about a Beverly bomb. Has she inflicted enough devastation to secure something so early? Look at Brooks now, look at this! Oh my goodness, an alley-oop out of the corner. And a high impact one at that, and Reyes again with the kicking combination. Drop toe hold from Brooks. Hard-hitting action we're seeing between these two women to start things off for night 2 of the New Dawn Tournament Series. A big elbow there off the Irish whip from Reyes. Neck breaker. Reyes starting to climb the hill that Brooks has laid out for her. Reyes now to the ropes. Stomps across the back of Brooks, and now she'll look for a pin. Earns a 2 count against a former champion here. Reyes looking good. This would be a big-time victory. The stomps again. Will it be enough? Trying to take the air out of Beverly Brooks to make those kickouts very difficult. That is the idea in mind with those stomps. Look at Brooks now, thinking tree of woe position. And kicks to the midsection of Reyes, reining in. Backslide now here in the corner. Reyes, I think, with a lapse in judgment. And Brooks now with the sit-out pile driver. Wondering maybe what's next. A power slam could do the job. 2! No, she kicks out. And Brooks right back on the attack.
Come on.
Taunting Reyes. This is the kind of competition that awaits anyone signing to Super Spirit Wrestling. A huge DDT off that Irish whip, and I gotta think that's gotta be enough. Deep cover here. 2! No, Reyes kicks out again. Is she gonna go for another pair of stomps again? We know Beverly Brooks has a history of injuries to the ribs at the hands of Ryoko Matsui. 2 count for Reyes. Indeed, Brooks competed several times, including in title matches with bandaged ribs. Tilt-a-whirl slam, and a deep cover again. Hooks the leg. 2! No! Power slam! Is it enough? No! And a lariat connects. Backslide from Reyes, but again you see the legs of Brooks. Reyes again thanking stomps. She believes in this game plan. 2? Not quite enough. But you gotta wonder how many more of those Brooks can take. The injured ribs from many matches ago, perhaps starting to flare up now in this opening contest as these two women test each other. Look at Reyes, what a kick, but Brooks now rolling lariat. My God! Both women looking spent. Huge kicks there from Reyes. Send Brooks down to the mat. And again, the damage to the midsection. Oh my God! Supernova suplex! 2! No! How did Brooks kick out of the Supernova suplex? To the corner now. Brooks maybe thinking Beverly Bomb. She's got her up. Beverly Bomb. 1, 2, it's over. An incredible match to start night 2 of the New Dawn Tournament Series. Beverly Brooks withstanding the Supernova suplex and collecting a Beverly Bomb off the top rope to doing Paulo Reyes. My word, Beverly Brooks looking tougher than ever here, folks, as we go into 2021. An incredible matchup, one of my favorites so far of the tournament series. My goodness, folks, and that's just the start of an incredible night of wrestling action here, as we are now going to roll into a matchup in the junior division bracket. It is going to be Decay, 1/3 of the first ever Trinity Band champions in Dark Circle, taking on former Shadow Band champion in the junior division, Archie Everett. Both of these men favor submission-style offense, Archie Everett perhaps being a little bit more on the technical side. Decay, meanwhile, an extremely nasty, rough athlete that will do whatever he can to manipulate the joints and the bodies of his opponent until he is able to collect his victory. We will see who gets to their routes fastest here in this junior division bracket contest. Let's go to the ring now.
Making his way to the ring, representing 1/3 of the Trinity Band champions, Decay.
The junior division representative of the Dark Circle, with gold around his waist for the first time after the efforts of Dark Circle at Spirit Odyssey, where they defeated Good Buddies to become the first ever 6-man tag division champions. But Archie Everett knows a little bit about gold.
And his opponent, Archie Everett.
And Archie Everett, maybe not knowing what awaits him, as he once considered Decay to be a bit of a joke in the junior division, saying Decay was all show, no substance. But now, can he really say that? As Decay coming to the ring tonight with gold around his waist, Archie Everett, a former champion in his own right, with no gold. Everett has got to take notice, even if he will not outwardly express it. And a bit of counter wrestling here to start things off, the kind of pace we're used to seeing out of our junior division athletes. Archie Everett, perhaps the most complete submission wrestler in all of Super Spirit Wrestling. And we do have several of them. Decay here showing off a bit of submission prowess. Snapmare takedown into the head scissors. Great transition offense. Archie looking for a backslide there early. Not prevailing here. Much more work to be done against now champion Decay. Folks, we are not having 6-man and 6-woman tag division tournaments this year, as those divisions are still very new and are still sort of developing as we go. Look at this now. Archie Everett showing off that advanced submission style. We do hope, folks, that more challengers will arise, perhaps in the year 2021, to round out those divisions. And you got to believe that would make the tournament lives extremely stressful for members of a group like Dark Circle. Decay in the junior division, Dai Fukunaga and Fear in the heavyweight division. Chasing multiple routes, perhaps needing to select which tournaments are more beneficial. Of course, if they are holding the belts, they would not need to compete, as the champions await the winners of the tournaments at New Purpose. All of our tournament winners here in January will earn a shot at the belts in their respective divisions, as you see Decay now targeting the leg continually here of Archie Everett. Everett firing back here with these European uppercuts, and now again, I believe the binding clutch taking its toll on Decay with every attempt from Everett. And Everett again trying to take Decay down. Decay has been resilient in fighting off these approaches. But with every exchange, Everett wearing down the body of Decay. And you see this now applying the stretch off the Irish whip, carrying through that momentum so he's able to cinch it in deep in a very quick fashion. Side headlock leads to the spinning drop toe hold. And look at this now on the attack. Archie Everett continually dissecting Decay. Decay in singles competition finished 2020 at 7-13. Less successful in singles competition than in the six-man division, where of course he now holds gold. Archie Everett, a holder of the shadow band in the junior division, no longer, left the year 2020 at 12-6. This would be a big-time elimination for Decay, and as the results of last night's event shocked the world, we know that such upsets are possible. The former champions, it is clear, are not safe. Everett now with the ground octopus hold. Kim Cadillo continually checking for these submissions, as Everett will often look for these situations, and an arrogant pin here, earning a 1 count for Everett. Working this arm. Everett so innovative, but also extremely fundamentally sound. It doesn't always take the flash, but look at Decay here now, locking in a brutal hold of his own. Everett, I would say, has inflicted more offense thus far in this matchup. Decay with a bit of a rough road here. Butterfly lock now from Everett. Decay looking for something off the Irish whip, but Everett able to avoid, and now the Russian leg sweep transitions back into the ground octopus hold. Smart stuff here from Everett. These offensive combinations creating bigger opportunities. Dragon screw takedown, and you see Decay holding that leg. Definitely some damage being sustained there, but no one home for that big elbow, and Decay now with a knee. Enziguri now from Decay. He may be mounting some sort of comeback here, or at least attempting it, and the shotgun dropkick is avoided. But an Enziguri finds its mark. Looking for a pin here now, shoulders down, but only a 1 count. Body scissors from Decay in the headlock position, driving Everett down into the mat almost like a DDT. Everett looking for something there. Decay able to avoid. Commits to that elbow, and again targeting the leg. Look at this. Not quite enough there on the fisherman suplex. Well executed by Decay, had a great bridge on it, but Everett able to kick out. And now these two testing each other with big strikes in the center of the ring. Everett sends Decay down. Things looking more and more difficult here for Decay as we continue. Great counter there from Everett. And he's going to go back to the binding clutch here. Has enough damage been sustained throughout this matchup? Can Decay keep taking these offensive exchanges? Look at this now. Brilliant offense there from Everett. Extremely difficult for his opponents to scout him, to know the positions they're going to end up in on the mat. Once Everett has wrist control, arm control, you name it, it's extremely difficult to know where Everett is heading next. And for now, he is headed to the top rope, looking for a headbutt. Look at this. Can he catch him off guard here? 2, no. And how upset would Everett have been at himself. A second unsuccessful top rope attempt on the Fisherman Buster here too. Oh my God, I thought he might have had him there. Everett trying again to go to the top. This time he connects, diving cross body. 2, not quite enough. Complete shot. What a transition here from Everett. Look at this. I've never seen him apply this hold before. What a kick there from Decay. And again, shotgun dropkick across the chest of Archie Everett, driving him down again into the mat. The body scissors trying to wear down Everett. But is it too little too late? Ground octopus hold again. The ligaments, the muscles of Decay perhaps ripping at them. Look at this. Decay flying through for atrophy. Atrophy Ascension, you see Everett grasping for the ropes, but he's able to break away. Atrophy not enough to get it done. Fisherman suplex again from Decay. Almost. It doesn't get much closer than that. Everett to the top. Diving body splash again connects. 2. And again, Everett believing in this ground octopus hold, but this time the leg of Decay. Slipping through. My word, what a knee there. And Decay now to the top. Corrosive splash! 2! Oh my God! Standing switch. What a counter there from Everett. Everett carrying over, center of the ring. Decay in big trouble. And Everett now taking him back to the mat. Decay withstanding so much. Everett again on the attack. How much more can he stand? The toughness of Decay. Irish whip from Everett. Standing switch. What a counter from Decay, and he needed it. He needed it right there. Flying through. Atrophy. Will Everett tap? Will the submission specialist tap? He will not. Back down in the body scissors. A war of attrition between these two submission artists. Enziguri from Decay. Taking a moment to regain energy, perhaps not sure what to do next. And now, the strikes, back and forth again. These two junior division competitors, both knowing what it's like to be champions at this point in their career. Everett with a chop. The leg targeted once more. My word. And now look at this. Decay wrenching the body of Everett, who is somehow able to withstand. Everett off the Irish whip. He misses perhaps, I think, a victory roll attempt there. And again to the top. An elbow drop into the chest of Decay. Could it be? 2? No! The drop kick. And back to the body scissors. Could it be enough? No, a rope break. Everett getting a hand in the ropes. What a knee! What a knee! The Venom Spear! Driving Everett out of the ring!
6, 7, 8.
And you gotta believe Decay would have had a pin there. But the Venom Spear sending Everett flying out of the ring. Fisherman suplex. He's got the bridge. No. Venom Spear. He got him. Decay eliminating former champion Archie Everett in the first round of the junior division bracket. The Venom Spear, the newest move in the repertoire of Decay, definitely highlighted here tonight as it collided across the face of Everett. Decay picking up a big victory, and that is a big, big elimination in former Shadow Band champion Archie Everett. Folks, I gotta believe that many people had Everett to picked for this one, but Decay, now knowing what it's like to be a champion, perhaps a renewed sense of competition in that athlete, and We just saw a brutal contest. How many submission moves did Decay withstand there from Everett? Just an insane amount of toughness and tenacity, ultimately leading to the Venom Spear for Decay. Folks, we are now going to take you to a matchup in the women's tag bracket. It's going to be Majesty taking on currently 2/3 of the 6-woman tag champions, Vuelo de Miedo, representing Nocturnas. We saw team captain of Nocturnas, Crimson Bat, was eliminated yesterday, and so you got to think that Vuelo de Miedo has a little bit of a pressure on their shoulders to advance Nocturnas further in this tournament series as a whole. Folks, we are going to take you shortly to that matchup. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Making their way to the ring, the team of Leah Carson and Tomoko Yasuda, Majesty.
And Majesty, since signing with Super Spirit Wrestling, have been extremely impressive. I'll be getting into the numbers shortly here following these introductions, as now 2/3 of the tag champions, the 6-woman tag champions, make their entrance.
And their opponents, representing Nocturnas, they are 2/3 of the 6-woman tag division champions, Vuelo de Miedo.
La Águila y la Gárgola looking to do battle here tonight against an eager young team in Majesty.
Fight.
Leah Carson starting things off for her team, immediately sending La Águila to the corner, but you see the agility there paying off big time. Reversal here for Carson on the suplex. Majesty ended the year 2020 at 8-7. Ultimately a positive record, but they certainly had their hardships as indicated by those numbers. Vuelo de Miedo, 2/3 of the 6-woman tag champions at an even 10-10. As we've seen many times with the competitors in the 6-man and 6-woman divisions, they've had more success there than in their original starting divisions. We do allow athletes to cross over into the 6-woman and 6-man tag divisions from their regularly scheduled matches. But ultimately, you got to think, as we've mentioned before, that it could be tougher on these athletes as they try to make their way forward in multiple divisions. That means more matches, more damage on the body. And so far, this is a back and forth exchange. Tomoko Yasuda now in, and a big axe kick delivered to the neck of La Gárgola. La Gárgola, though, with a huge slap. Both of these women looking to test one another early on here. Yasuda with the Irish whip, slips underneath. La Gárgola looking for a big knee. Does not find it. Takes La Gárgola down to the mat. And another axe kick finds its mark. Not a lot of offense here so far from Vuelo de Miedo, and that could be changing now. Torture-style camel clutch for the moment in effect. A crushing forearm comes down and leads to another torture-style camel clutch. Puts the brakes on in the corner. And look at this. Leah Carson having no choice to watch from the outside here, but an elbow connects from Yasuda. A bit of a reset here. Ooh, counter powerbomb there. Yasuda able to rally, trying to slow the pace, dictate the progress of this matchup as she sends La Gárgola to the outside. Leah Carson getting some shots in and sending La Gárgola into the barricade, but Carson now going for a ride.
6, 7, 8.
And both legal competitors now in the ring as Carson returns to the apron. And it's back to the clutch, this time in the center of the ring. Pinning attempt now, just a 1 count. And if Vuelo de Miedo fall here tonight, against Majesty. There will only be one more representative of Nocturna still in the tournament series. That will be Mantis in the women's singles division. The newest member of Nocturnas, where she shocked many fans of Super Spirit Wrestling, making that surprise partnership with Nocturnas. Sent into the barricade, rolling back into the ring. Takes her over again and buries that knee into the back for the rear chin lock. And look at this, now just a blatant chokehold in front of official Larry Graham. He'll give her to the count of 5, and Yasuda only giving her to the count of 2.
Give up. Give up.
What a DDT there. Is it enough? Carson was there to interfere, but Yasuda able to actually get the shoulder up. A little bit of insurance there for Majesty. Backslide counter here. Carson again on the way, but again, you see the tenacity of Yasuda. But La Aguila proving difficult to deal with here. Counter chin crusher. A slippery approach here. Yasuda having some difficulty finding these pockets of offense. A lot of teamwork we're seeing out of Majesty. Tag made to Carson. And Yasuda happy to contribute a little more there before making her return to the apron. Boston Crab here now, sitting deep on the back of Carson. And you see the agility of Carson. What a turnaround there. Carson, perhaps the quickest overall athlete in the entirety of Super Spirit Wrestling. Look, you see there just springing right off the mat, unfortunately running into more offense. But Carson with the cutter.
Give up. Give up. Give up.
Look at that. Stomping on the neck of Carson. That torture-style single-leg crab. Whoa, soul butt kick right to the face from Yasuda. Look at this. A little bit of help from the tights there as Carson pulls La Gargola through, looking for a cover here. And a close call there for Vuelo de Miedo. Backslide here from Carson.
1, 2.
Soul butt kick lands. And I gotta say, I think Majesty has the upper hand thus far in this matchup. But look at this! Stone driver! And a lariat. Look at this. Vuelo de Miedo rolling here after that stone driver. Boston Crab, center of the ring. Can Carson withstand it? And Yasuda there to assist. My word, what a backdrop, or excuse me, a drop kick there from Yasuda. My goodness. High impact DDT. Is it enough? Near fall. Tag team effort there from Majesty. Taking out the legal competitor. Oh, looking for a kick, but it's not enough. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Wow! Off the top rope. Tree of Woe position now. My God! And La Aguila trying to fight back. Takes her down with that cartwheel head scissors right into the mat. Big knee from Yasuda. And could it be enough? 2. Wow, big time near fall there. Chaos in the ring unfolding. What a lariat there. And she finds a moment to make a tag. Cyclone kick! But it's La Aguila. Cartwheel pile driver.
1,
2, and Carson just able to get there. Cyclone kick! Cyclone kick! Shoulders down! She got her! Carson blocking! And Majesty defeats 2/3 of the 6-woman tag division champions! My goodness, folks, a big win for Majesty, and Nocturnus' presence in this tournament series slipping away before our very eyes in just round 1. My goodness, Crimson Bat and Vuelo de Miedo have now got to be looking to Mantis in the women's division bracket to make it far, to put to take a claim that Nocturnus is still a threat as we move into the new year. My goodness, folks, what a win for Majesty. Leah Carson and Tomoko Yasuda with some brilliant teamwork throughout that matchup, all leading to the Cyclone kick from Yasuda to seal the deal. My goodness, folks. Now we are going to take you to a matchup in the heavyweight division bracket. It is going to be Jeffrey Hudson representing Good Buddies taking on, again, a representative of the 6-man tag division in Fear, the team captain of Dark Circle. Now, there's some interesting things to note here, folks. As we know, Reynaldo Mendez shocked the world last night when he was able to defeat Douglas Daniels and eliminate him in the first round. Jeffrey Hudson and Reynaldo Mendez are in the same group, Good Buddies, very, very good friends, as the name would probably indicate. But Jeffrey Hudson, if he wins this matchup tonight against Fear, and not many think he will have to then face Reynaldo Mendez, who has worked so hard to defeat Douglas Daniels, and no doubt Hudson will have to do the same to defeat Fear. Could we in fact see the Good Buddies have to square off later on in this bracket? We're going to find out after the results of this upcoming matchup, folks, and we're going to take you to the ring shortly for that one. What a night it has been so far here at the New Dawn Tournament Series Night 2. Jeffrey Hudson versus Fear up next. Folks, this is going to be a hard-hitting affair.
Making his way to the ring, representing Good Buddies, the Eternal Jeffrey Hudson.
The Eternal Jeffrey Hudson, maybe with a lot on his mind, as he knows he wants to advance in this tournament. But if he does, if he's able to pick up this victory, he will have to face his friend Reynaldo Mendez.
Making his way to the ring, he is 1/3 of the 6-man tag team champions, representing Dark Circle, Fear.
And Fear, the team captain of Dark Circle, the organizer of destruction, facing off here tonight against Jeffrey Hudson, an athlete he may not consider to be a big threat. Let's look at the numbers, folks. Jeffrey Hudson had a difficult year in singles competition, emerging at the end of 2020 with just a 6-11 record. Fear, of course, having a 12-6 record. A title shot as well, in the heavyweight division, which was ultimately unsuccessful. But he did lead Dark Circle to become the first ever Trinity Band champions at Spirit Odyssey. And that man in the ring with him now, Jeffrey Hudson, was one of the team members he defeated to earn that gold. Hudson now using his quickness to his advantage. Big knee there across the face of Fear. Jeffrey Hudson, not the first time he has faced someone in Dark Circle. He knows the type of devastation they are capable of, and maybe he's not afraid to get a little rough himself here tonight, if necessary. Oh, look at this. Hudson trying for a suplex. Oh, he's revving it up. Brain buster from Hudson. And he's feeling it. And folks, I believe there's a small bit of blood there collecting on the mat, and I don't see a cut on Hudson. I gotta believe it's Fear. Underneath that mask is Fear bleeding in the early goings of this match. Could be a good sign for Hudson, and it could be those knees. We know that Fear is capable of absorbing immense amount of punishment. It might seem for now that Hudson has the advantage, but we see the figure four, and no one locks it in like Hudson. Cover here from Hudson. Are we seeing a worn down Fear here? He needs to turn the tide if he hopes to advance in this matchup. This would be an upset for sure if Hudson is able to defeat the team captain of Dark Circle. Of course, Great Heart being the team captain of Good Buddies. Oh, Eternal Sleep! Eternal Sleep! He's got the leg hooked! Deep cover! Oh my God, he kicked out of Eternal Sleep. Hudson can't get discouraged. He's got to continue the attack. He has made significant progress thus far. Perhaps inspired by the efforts of his friend Reynaldo Mendez in last night's main event. A win here over Fear would extremely raise the stock of Good Buddies. Not successful in becoming champions at Spirit Odyssey, but perhaps looking to make a bigger impact in 2021. Arm drag takedown here from Fear. Jeffrey Hudson has dictated the pace of this matchup so far, and now we see the Dark Cradle, a devastating maneuver in the repertoire of Fear. Hudson trying something off the Irish Whip, but Fear with a huge knee, and now it's back to the Dark Cradle. Wow, what a shot to the throat. But look at Hudson. He will not be denied. The blood of Fear continuing to leak out of that wound. No doubt taking a toll, but to be honest with you, someone like Fear, it could serve as a motivator. I'm not going to pretend to know what goes on in that man's head. Eternal Sleep again! But Hudson, a little bit of a delay there, and he has the reposition. The leg again hooked. 2! Oh my God, a near fall for Hudson. What a neck breaker there from Fear. Big chop to the throat again, and the basement drop kick takes out the leg of Hudson. In a vice grip for the moment was Hudson, and a counter backdrop now from Fear, showing signs of life as this matchup develops. And now just a chokehold. Lenny Spencer on the count here. Hudson firing himself up, perhaps sensing that the end is near. He has done an amazing job, but he cannot underestimate the man in the mask. Cover here now from Fear. Just a 1 count. Hudson with a lot left in the tank apparently. Inside cradle. Not enough to get it done. And he takes him down to the mat. The Wakagitame. You see Fear reaching out for that rope, not able to get there, but he is able to withstand. Fear looking shaky. He traps the arm, standing guillotine leg drop. Hudson perhaps looking more focused than I've ever seen him. Thus far, an unreal effort. But it only takes one good shot from Fear, and we all know what it is. In the vice grip again here. Trying to bend Hudson in half almost. But look at Hudson! Again Hudson! And now in the center of the ring, it's the figure 4. Can you imagine? Fear in agony. Powerful neck breaker. And now stomping across the face. Looking for a pin. Just a 1 count again, and this crowd fully behind Hudson as he connects with another eternal sleep. He repositions. Could it in fact be enough? What a shocker this would be. No! The air sucked out of this arena, as I think many people thought that was it. But Hudson still on the attack. Shoulder tackle from Hudson, throwing his whole body at his opponent here, using everything he's got, was looking for another figure 4, but Fear with a kick to the face. And look at this, Jeffrey Hudson toe-to-toe with Fear. Big headbutt, Fear back to his feet with a headbutt of his own. My God, look at this. Single leg crab, stepping on the head of Hudson. Hudson perhaps calling for something again, but he himself looking very fatigued. Traps him again. Looking for another figure 4, but Fear, I think now too wise to the game plan of Hudson. Standing switch. Oh, but a counter from Hudson. Is it enough? Standing headlock. Fear may be fading. No. Oh, and a low blow. Come on. Come on. Side headlock now for Fear. And they're trading headlocks. Guillotine again. Maybe looking for the X-Plex, but it's Hudson with a brilliant reversal. What an effort here we're seeing from Hudson. Reverse water wheel drop.
Bring it.
Irish whip. Flapjack. Buries Hudson into the mat. And now the side headlock. Hudson could be fading. A glassy look in his eyes. No. Hudson now with an Irish whip. Big lariat. The resilience of this young man. X-Plex. And now it is the Dark Cradle. A back and forth pendulum of pain. He traps him again. The move has paid dividends for Hudson throughout this contest, but Fear still fighting back. Look at this.
10 minutes gone.
Fear with this side headlock position again. What an incredible effort we're seeing. The underdogs will not be denied in 2021. Hudson back on the attack. My God, the violence. We're not used to seeing Fear's blood in matches. Oh, but look at this now. Fear may have had enough. As he looks for a cover. No! Irish whip, look at Fear, look how winded, and Hudson runs him right over. The figure four on the way! He won't quit! Side headlock now! Fear! Can he withstand it? A tried and true maneuver.
Bring it.
Oh, come on! Come on! But Hudson fighting back. A mighty headbutt from Fear and one from Hudson.
Bring it.
Hudson taunting Fear. Perhaps not a good idea as you're closer. Oh, come on! Come on! But now he's got him up! Fear itself! Oh, what a heartbreaker! Fear finding the big maneuver and burying the efforts of Jeffrey Hudson, who will, after all, not face Reynaldo Mendez in round 2 in the heavyweight bracket. It will, in fact, be Fear. And you could argue, folks, that Fear is just as much of a challenge for Mendez as Douglas Daniels. The tournament life of Mendez continuing to be difficult as we move forward here in the New Dawn Tournament Series. Folks, we are going to take a very short break, and when we come back, it will be Junior Division bracket action between Killer Kenny Gordon and Joey Marnell. It's been an exciting night so far, folks. Don't go anywhere. All right, folks, we are back, and we are ready now for action in the Junior Division bracket. It's going to be Killer Kenny Gordon taking on Joey Marnell. Killer Kenny Gordon entered 2021 with a record of 8-13. Joey Marnell in 2020 having a record of 11-8. So we're sort of in the middle of the road here when it comes to these two competitors. But Joey Marnell with the slight advantage, perhaps a little bit more experience. Killer Kenny, though, with a different kind of experience, as he is one of our former MMA athletes here in Super Spirit Wrestling.
making his way to the ring, Killer Kenny Gordon.
As tough as they come, and as gifted as they come, is Killer Kenny Gordon. An extremely dominant competitor in the MMA scene, now transitioning to the world of pro wrestling, where he has not quite been as successful, but still proven to be quite a threat.
And his opponent, Joey Marnell.
Representing the High Rollers alongside the Gambles, who were defeated last night. And I'll just say it now, due to a questionable performance by older brother Marcus Gamble, Joey Marnell now the sole remaining member of High Rollers in this tournament series. And look at Kenny now trying to go for this MMA style early, but Marnell transitioning into a figure four. An interesting exchange there. And it could be a rough sign here. Joey Marnell, a brash, cocky athlete, but he is known to do his homework, and we could see the results here now. Marnell sends Kenny for a ride. Like you see the quickness of Killer Kenny, but he runs into that side headlock and the punches. Dropping down into the sleeper hold. We've actually seen Marnell and multiple other athletes in Super Spirit Wrestling, for that matter, end matches with that maneuver, perhaps not considered by many to be as big of a threat as the development of professional wrestling continues to take the sport to new heights. Fundamental maneuvers like the sleeper hold tend to be forgotten about, tend to be overlooked. But there's a reason the fundamentals are the fundamentals, folks. They are routes to victory if applied correctly. And Joey Marnell has certainly had some matches to reflect that standpoint. And Marnell now trading strikes here. The closed fist punches, not enough to drive back Kenny. And eventually one does send him down, and you see this sleeper hold now again being applied by Joey Marnell. With this gut wrench style slam, takes Marnell all the way over. Back to the ground position here, and look at that, transitioning into the cross arm breaker. You'll forgive me, folks, as my MMA lingo is not up to snuff. I'm gonna call it wrong. But we see a cross arm breaker again. I know that one. Standing sleeper hold now from Marnell. Great positioning in the ring. We're seeing some pretty clean approaches here thus far between these two junior division competitors. Stiff uppercut there from Killer Kenny Gordon, sending Marnell down in a heap. Desperation takedown there, but look, you see the quickness again of Killer Kenny. Irish whip from Marnell. Mistimes the back elbow, but he finds an inside cradle. Again, this gut wrench style offense, this time a deadlift. Straight from the mat, Killer Kenny depositing Marnell there again. Ooh, out of the corner. Oh, wow, Killer Kenny. That has got to stick in the mind of Marnell. No one hits that super kick like Marnell, and Killer Kenny shrugged it off like it was nothing. And now I believe the heel in jeopardy there. Back to that gut wrench style offense. Killer Kenny with a focused approach here to decimate his opponent, Joey Marnell. Big elbow there connects though, and it's answered with a European uppercut. And it's back to the heel for Killer Kenny Gordon. Continually targeting this arm. Perhaps creating multiple paths to victory is Killer Kenny Gordon, but Marnell off the top rope. And maybe that was the good arm. Lama Histral cradle here from Marnell. 2. Inside cradle following a mighty elbow. Another 2 count. Oh no! A super kick may be on the way, but Killer Kenny avoids it, and what a spine buster now again to the heel of Joey Marnell. And you see the power. Kenny getting low there to be explosive with that suplex. Kenny Plex! Kenny Plex! And could it be enough?
5 minutes gone.
Oh, a near fall for Killer Kenny. At the 5-minute mark, but now Marnell with the package pile driver. It's enough! My God! Marnell withstanding a Kennyplex and then immediately finding a devastating package pile driver to eliminate Killer Kenny Gordon. And now a member of the High Rollers camp is able to advance further after the Gamble's elimination last night on night 1. Joey Marnell now carrying that torch for his team as he moves forward in the junior division bracket. My God, folks, Killer Kenny really took it to Marnell, but you just have to see there that package pile driver. The way that Marnell executed that was just way too much for Killer Kenny Gordon tonight here at night 2 of the New Dawn Tournament Series. Folks, we're now going to take you to a matchup in the women's bracket, and this is a matchup really, folks, that could go either way. Claire Birch in the year 2020 having an 11-10 record, Kirakita having an 11-9 record. So really only one matchup, one loss difference between these two women, but they had the exact same number of wins, and you know that both of them will be eager to show that they are the stronger competitor here tonight as we move into the new year.
Making her way to the ring, Claire Birch.
And Claire Birch, an athlete with many impressive wins, but too many losses for her liking, as she still believes that she should be at the very top of the women's division, and perhaps one day she will.
And her opponent, representing State of Trouble, Kirakita.
One of the most gifted strikers in all of Super Spirit Wrestling will look to land elbows and kicks here tonight to advance in the women's singles bracket. Joining State of Trouble in the later stages of 2020 certainly rose the stock of Kirakita. A nastier approach led to more wins, more victories, more confidence. She could be carrying that momentum through here tonight. Although, as we have noted, no comrades, if you will, are allowed at ringside for the duration of this tournament. It results in an immediate disqualification, as we want the results of this tournament to be as crystal clear, to represent who really are the athletes to watch out for in 2021. Both of these women trading strikes here early on. And a takedown here from Claire Birch, looking for more. Kirakita to her feet. Big knee there from Birch, buried into the midsection. Lots more to come still tonight, folks, as these first two nights are a bit inflated as we have a lot of round 1 matchups to get to. The brackets are bigger than ever this year. Many hungry competitors vying for a shot ultimately at the highest prize in their divisions. But the wear and tear that a tournament like this can take on an athlete. Sure, you earn a number one contender shot, but the champions, folks, some of them are at home with their feet up right now, watching these matches. Some of them are training as they should be. But the point I'm making here is they're not being brutalized week after week here in January. A much easier road for the champions to defend than for the challenges to collect. But if it's anything we've learned in Super Spirit Wrestling, it's that champions are not safe. Every single champion fell at our big year-end event in 2020, Spirit Odyssey. That is not an exaggeration, folks. Every single champion lost. Dramatically shifting the landscape for Super Spirit Wrestling in the new year. Kirakita with a big kick there to the back of the head. Claire Birch not able to guard against that one, but look at Birch rolling Kirakita over for the stunner, and I think she's going to look for a cover here. Just a 1 count. Wow. And you see these strikes from Kirakita coming into play more and more. Birch finding the neck breaker, trying to soften things up for the downward spiral. Wow. Takes her down to the mat, applies the crossface. And Burt Wiggins calls for the break. Stretch being applied here. Kirakita looking to make her mark. In the singles division, State of Trouble were defeated by Nocturnas. At Spirit Odyssey, both teams vying to become the first ever 6-woman tag champions. And it was Nocturnas emerging victorious in that scenario. And so the members of State of Trouble now sort of looking to reorganize. A tremendous spear, center of the ring here for Kirakita too. What a spear. And a big testament to the strength of Claire Birch to be able to get the shoulder up. Kirakita though, look at this. We've seen it before. It's the Kirakita combination. Claire Birch not close enough to the ropes. This time the banana spread. Kirakita refusing to let Claire Birch get anything in, but this could be a start right now. Irish whip drops down. Oh my God, what a Frankensteiner. Oh, but look at this now again, dropping down into the Kirakita combination. Claire Birch able to withstand. As Kirakita may not have the strength currently to fully cinch that move in. I'm unsure, it could be a combination of both. Banana spread again here from Kirakita. Depriving Claire Birch from an opportunity at rope breaks. Look at this. Drives her down into the mat. Oh, but Kirakita now throwing her to the outside and looking to continue the onslaught. Claire Birch out on her feet here. Banana spread on the outside. Could it be that Kirakita is trying to put her out so she can't return? Both women to their feet.
12, 13.
And Birch in at the count of 13. And she runs right into another banana spread. The body of Birch twisted in multiple ways throughout this contest. Big trades here on either side. And Birch getting fired up. A drop kick connects. But it's Kirakita. Oh, looked for a big kick there and she misses. And it leads to a neck breaker for Birch. The stretch now. Look at Claire Birch pushing down on the neck. But this time a stretch from Kirakita. back and forth. These two women contorting each other, trying to cut a path to victory. Ooh, big jumping neck breaker there from Birch. Birch, look at Birch. Oh, what a slap across the face. Birch angry now, frustrated that it's not already over. Takes her down into the crossface again. Oh, but look at this. Kirakita back to this banana spread. It can't be too much more that Claire Birch can take. And she's trying the crossface again. I did not expect this to be a submission-style war, but it has been just that. Jumping facebuster from Kirakita. And back to the stretch. The big kick setting in, and another jumping facebuster. Birch with a desperation takedown. And look at Birch. Extremely fatigued. What a kick there. Kirakita on a roll here. Oh, but Birch trying to hang in there. Jumping neck breaker. And the stretch back in effect. It's over! It's over! Kirakita submits Claire Birch to move on in the women's division bracket. The stretches carving a path further and further toward victory for Kirakita here tonight, and she is able to defeat Claire Birch in a matchup, folks, that really, as we saw with the numbers from 2020, really could have gone either way, but it is Kirakita marching ahead in that bracket. Folks, we're now going to take you to a matchup in the men's tag division. It is the Mysticals, Marshall Taylor and Divine Phantom Jr. taking on Massive Impact. That's Lance Owens and Chance Robertson. And folks, much like we just saw, this is a matchup that could really go either way. The Mysticals for the year of 2020 at 5-16, Massive Impact at 6-15. Excuse me, did I say 5 and I think I'm gonna just clarify here. The Mysticals 5-15, Massive Impact 6-15. So not a big difference here between these two teams as they now look to advance in this first round matchup here tonight of night 2 of the New Dawn Tournament Series. Let's go to the ring now, folks.
Making their way to the ring, the team of Marshall Taylor and Divine Phantom Jr., the Mysticals.
An extremely innovative team are the Mysticals, but they have struggled to have sort of, I guess, a true significance in the men's tag title conversation.
And their opponents, the team of Chance Robertson and Lance Owens, Massive Impact.
And will they be able to make an impact tonight here in this round 1 matchup? Both of these teams could stand to have better 2021s than they did 2020s.
Fight.
And that all begins here tonight. Chance Robertson starting things off with some clubbing forearms. Marshall Taylor answering with some chops. Look at this. These two athletes going toe-to-toe. I like the energy here tonight. A hunger like we've never seen throughout our roster. Tag made to Divine Phantom Jr. To the back of the head, Divine Phantom Jr. taking it to Chance Robertson early. Again targeting the back of the head. Look at this. Ooh, Chance Robertson blocking that kick, and it's enough of a separation to make a tag to Lance Owens. Ooh, counter from the larger competitor, carrying into the backdrop. Divine Phantom Jr., equal in stature, but not in strength and not in power to Lance Owens. Sleeper hold here now near the ropes. Looking for a pin early on. Excellent cover there, but it's not enough to keep Phantom Jr. down. Oh, he mistimes the basement dropkick there, or perhaps Lance sidestepped it, I'm not sure. In either case, Lance Owens able to find an advantage. Inside cradle here now. And it looked like DPJ got a little distracted there for a second, turning his focus to Chance Robertson. Not the kind of mindset you want to have in the early goings of a tournament like this. Tag made. Belly to belly slam there. Lance Owens keeping things simple here. But at some point, we know the kind of feats of strength that Lance Owens is capable of, and the Mysticals have got to beware of what could be in store. High angle drop kick there from Marshall Taylor sends Owens crashing down. Oh, a reversal here from Taylor. But you see Owens ready for it on that occasion. Oh, and there we see a big side slam from the powerful Lance Owens. Marshall Taylor eager for more punishment, I suppose, and Lance Owens happy to oblige. Look at this now. The move we saw Adrian Bell eliminate Mervyn Wallace with last night. Not as successful here. My God, what a facebuster. Marshall Taylor making things extremely difficult for Lance Owens. Much more quick than Owens for sure. You see the standing switch to the chop block. And taking out the vertical base of the larger opponent. Certainly a good move. A good route to take. Oh, in the corner here, Marshall Taylor able to battle out. That was an important moment there. Belly to belly slam again, racking the body of Marshall Taylor. Backslide counter. And DPJ sensing the need to get involved. And he's got Owens tied up in a side headlock. Oh my God! The Shockbuster! Shockbuster, center of the ring. Taylor in trouble, and it's over. Divine Phantom Jr. couldn't get there. The power of Lance Owens driving Marshall Taylor down into the mat with the Shockbuster, and DPJ just not having the wherewithal to get there. And a heartbreaking elimination there for the Mysticals, but massive impact. A team that is also trying to make a bigger name for themselves this year. They advance in that first round matchup. Congratulations to them, as they will move on in the men's tag division bracket. Folks, now we are going to take you to a matchup that very much represents the new and the old, and I mean that respectfully when it comes to professional wrestling. The ever-shining Hideaki Adachi in the heavyweight division bracket, taking on a legend of professional wrestling, Bruce the Ruby Berry. A striker versus a clever submission specialist that is not afraid to get his hands dirty to win a matchup. Hideaki Adachi, a much more genuine athlete than Barry, but really it's going to come down to who wants it more.
Making his way to the ring, he is the ever-shining Hideaki Adachi.
And the crowd erupting here tonight for the return of Hideaki Adachi to heavyweight action. A gifted athlete and just an all-around good human being, he has captured the hearts and minds of many professional wrestling fans around the world. But no man has done that like Bruce Berry, as the Ruby has done over his 30-plus year career.
And his opponent, Bruce the Ruby Berry.
Will Hideaki Adachi have what it takes to outdo the cunning wit of the veteran Bruce Berry? We're going to find out now, folks, in this first round matchup. And you see the kicks early here from Adachi. Something we will see a lot, as Bruce Berry will look to target the legs and ultimately soften things up for a chance at the Ruby Lock, a move that has submitted countless opponents during Bruce Berry's 30-plus year career in the professional wrestling business. As he locks in a drop toe hold there now, Hideaki Adachi trying to fight his way out of the corner and Berry wanting to keep that position. Adachi, a gifted striker, extremely athletic, well-conditioned. He can go the distance, but he has faltered here and there in Super Spirit Wrestling. Let's look at the numbers. In 2020, Hideaki Adachi with a losing record, something a lot of people didn't expect, sitting at 9-12. Bruce Berry, making a run at the title at one point in his career thus far in Super Spirit Wrestling, was 11-9. So Bruce Berry with the slight number advantage here when it comes to records. But if you're talking about experience, if you're talking about number of matches, Bruce Berry has Hideaki Adachi licked by a mile. Stiff chops from Bruce Berry as he is known to execute. And you see him targeting the legs here. In a simple but effective way, the old school offense of Bruce Berry has not failed him. He has felt very little need to adapt to the changes in professional wrestling. Hideaki Adachi indicative of those changes. The stiff striking, the martial arts style influence, the off the top rope prowess. We see those two things collide here tonight in this contest. And look at these two men trading strikes. Hideaki Adachi doesn't look like he's getting the better of those exchanges. Well executed brainbuster there from the veteran Bruce Berry as he gives chase on the outside. This is not where Adachi wants to have this match. Look at this. Double underhook suplex deposits Adachi in a harsh manner onto the mat. Count of 13. Bruce Berry rolls in. And at the count of 17, a damaged Adachi rolls back into the ring. Look at this. Bruce Berry rolling through, targeting the calf of Hideaki Adachi. And that's a bit of new school right there, folks. If we're being honest, I think a bit of new school influence there, at least how he transitioned into that maneuver. I don't believe Adachi was ready for that, as another brainbuster connects for the Ruby. He's got those arms hooked again, and the underhook lands. Flat on his back is Adachi, and things are beginning to look grim. Adachi trying to fight back. Look at that Shote combination. Ooh, a big kick across the chest there. Landing for Adachi, but a chop. These chops continuing to decimate the chest of the ever-shining Adachi, and now he finds himself in a stretch. Oh, the underhook. Scouted this time by Adachi, and he transitioned into a submission maneuver of his own. The knee buried into the back. A rear chin lock as vicious and as well executed as you're going to see. Ooh, but a block there. Bruce Berry tired of the offense here from Adachi. That was a nasty punch right to the back of the head of Adachi from Bruce Berry, who would rather hit you in the back of the head than the front, probably. Ooh, look at that out of the corner of his eye, finding that elbow. Adachi now sent to the ropes. Standing switch from Berry and another elbow. And Adachi with a big lariat. Ooh, and look at this, the ankle. Adachi wrenching that ankle of Bruce Berry. Adachi, of course, the younger man. I think many would believe the more well-conditioned athlete, but the toughness of Bruce Berry. A man who has been through countless battles throughout his career cannot be underestimated. And look at Berry rolling through again. The leg in trouble. Back and forth between these two men. Excuse me, folks, I am beginning to lose my voice a bit, as being the sole commentator on these big shows like this is proving to be a bit of a challenge, but we're going to get through it because there's still a lot more action to come as Adachi finds a huge kick across the chest of Berry. And look at that.
1, 2.
Holds him down, but it's not enough. Ooh, what a combination there from Adachi, and again he follows up. Hooks the leg. 2, no. Adachi looking tired here. Bruce Berry has picked his spots, and he has picked them well. 2, no. The calf again.
Give up.
Being targeted. You gotta know a Ruby Lock is on the way. Adachi trying to find these kicks. Ooh, big Shote combination. Adachi to the ropes. Head scissors take over. And look at these knees. These knees raining down on the back of the head of Berry.
Give up.
And look at this. Adachi springing to the top. Beautiful frog splash. And he's going to the top again. Another, no one home. Too greedy. And now Adachi in trouble. Tremendous axe kick. Oh, and a low blow, come on! And now again, stomping the legs. Shote's on the way. Look at Adachi continuing this offensive onslaught. And he finds another axe kick. To the top, rolling bright. And again, rolling bright. Adachi in control. He's calling for it. But he's going to the top again for another frog splash. Oh no, the counter from Berry. Back to the legs. Continuing to wear down Adachi, and he's again targeting the leg. These two men testing the limits of what one another is capable of. And Adachi now fighting back against the chops. The elbows gaining inches against the legend Bruce Berry. And look at Berry pleading with Adachi. He's taking a step back. Oh no, it's a drop kick. And that's the clever wit. That's the deception that Berry utilizes. And he could be sensing danger. He could be getting desperate. What a kick there from Adachi. But again, to the legs. All throughout this matchup, the legs. The weapons of Adachi. Oh, but look at this. Adachi sending Barry to the outside, perhaps needing a moment to regain his energy. Both men staring daggers into one another as Bruce Barry reapproaches. Big combination from Adachi. Into the Poison Rana.
10 minutes gone.
And is it enough? 2. No, my God. Pile driver connects. It could be it right here. It's over. Bruce Barry with a tried and true maneuver, the pile driver, driving the life out of Hideaki Adachi here tonight, and he will advance still after 30 plus years of wrestling, proving to be a force in the heavyweight division of Super Spirit Wrestling. Many fans here tonight wanted to see Adachi move forward in this bracket, as I think many people want to one day see Adachi at the top of the throne with that gold around his waist, but Bruce Barry denying the opportunity so far here tonight for Adachi. A big-time matchup there, folks, out of the heavyweight division. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we will have the final 4 matchups of the evening, matches that you certainly will not want to miss. Folks, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. We will return shortly. All right, folks, strap in and get ready for the final 4 matches of the evening. And folks, they are big-time matchups. First up, we have a match in the women's tag division bracket. It's going to be our newest signee to that division, The Influence, taking on mainstay of Super Spirit Wrestling, Trouble Town. And we saw Kirakita, one representative of State of Trouble, pick up a win here tonight. Will the same be true of Trouble Town as they lock up now with The Influence, I believe, for the first time ever? A lot of similarities between these two teams, and we will certainly see who is the more dominant team. Win streaks certainly in the stories of both of these teams, and I'll talk about that more as this matchup gets underway.
Making their way to the ring, the team of Adriana Dante and Blair Rogers, The Influence.
Again, folks, early here in the career of Super Spirit Wrestling for The Influence, but they are undefeated for the year 2020 at 3-0. Now, that is, of course, just 3 matches, but we can't overlook their momentum going into this one.
And their opponents, representing State of Trouble, the team of Priscilla Frost and Nora Nunez, Trouble Town.
The first ever Fury Band champions in the women's tag division were Trouble Town. They would go on to be undefeated for 8 matches until they were ultimately defeated by Diamond Deluxe, also in this tournament. So undefeated streaks, something these two teams know a lot about. And although every wrestler, every team will see their records return to 0-0 for the year 2021, as will be the case for every new season of Super Spirit Wrestling, we cannot ignore the history. Technically still undefeated in Super Spirit Wrestling are the Influence. Currently standing in front of them is the biggest test of their abilities. And we talk about the similarities between these two teams. Both teams, very, very tough, very devastating movesets. Not afraid to hurt someone. Counter bulldog there from Adriana Dante. Nora Nunez with a punch, another former MMA athlete here in Super Spirit Wrestling, looking for an Irish whip now. Oh, thinking maybe for a lariat, but instead finding a knee from Adriana Dante.
Give up.
Adriana Dante not fazed by these strikes from Nora Nunez. Makes a tag to her partner Blair Rogers, now the legal woman for the Influence. And look at Nora Nunez refusing to receive any offense from the opposing team, but she does run into that big-time slam from Blair Rogers. Rogers emerging as the new powerhouse in the women's tag division, certainly someone to look out for. Stiff neck breaker there from Rogers. For for the Influence to eliminate Troubletown would not only be a huge elimination, but it would indeed continue this undefeated streak, and it would show that the Influence, if they're able to defeat Troubletown in this tournament setting, when Troubletown were the first ever winners of the New Dawn Tournament Series a couple Novembers ago, and you see why there, that tandem offense paying off here as Nora Nunez softening things up more for Priscilla Frost. Certainly Troubletown having more experience than the Influence. But does that really matter in the face of just raw strength? We're going to find out here tonight as this matchup develops. The inside cradle not enough to do it, and Blair Rogers with a big forearm comes across the back of Priscilla Frost. Ooh, belly-to-belly release there off the Irish whip. And Frost now to the mat with submission-style offense, trying to wear down the limbs of Rogers. Frost denying the tag team maneuver. And a counter there from the back grapple position from Dante, who finds a snapmare takedown into the head scissors.
Give up. Give up.
Elbow to the back of the head. Dante now looking for a pin against a stunned Frost, but Frost out at one. Transition offense, arm drag takedown, applying a hold here. Continuing the pressure. And now it's Frost looking for some submission offense of her own. These two women trading exchanges here. As we have said, as we've discussed, the similarities between these teams cannot be denied.
Give up.
But who wants it more? Oh, a thumb to the eyes there. But Dante, not afraid of this rough style approach. I don't think I've seen a tag team enter a matchup against Troubletown with as much confidence as we're seeing here tonight out of Dante and Rogers. Something that Troubletown should take note of. Dante this time fighting her way out of a bad situation. Oh, those chops just not phasing Dante as she puts Priscilla Frost in the avalanche position here. Oh, but look at Frost! A choke slam! A choke slam off the top rope! And now she's gonna look for a pin! Oh my God, Dante barely escapes! And a brainbuster from Rogers. What a counter there from Frost! Oh, but it's the Vortex! The Vortex from Dante! And Nora Nunez sensing the danger, able to intercept. What a sequence there! Dante now to the ropes. A tremendous lariat connects, finds an opportunity for a tag to Rogers. Neither team, save for one maneuver from Troubletown, has been able to get in tandem offense. Wow, what a roll through there from Frost. Oh my God! Ripcord power slam from Rogers. And now look at this! Doom Javelin! Nunez barely able to get there. And Dante two-winded on the outside to get involved. That could have been it. Things are heating up in this matchup. And an opportunity could be slipping away from Troubletown. Are there two new bosses on the block? We're finding out. Standing switch. What a backdrop from Nunez. Belly to belly overhead release. Blair Rogers coming right back though. Showing her toughness. Look at this. She's got her hooked. Doom Javelin! She got her! The undefeated streak of the Influence continues to spread as they are now 4-0 overall in Super Spirit Wrestling history, and they defeat Troubletown in this first round matchup. What an elimination here, folks. But I gotta say, we thought this could happen. We thought it was possible that the Influence was now moving in on Troubletown territory, and we're seeing the results of it here tonight as Blair Rogers finds again the Doom Javelin to pin Nora Nunez. What a matchup there, folks. A matchup that many were eager to see, but I don't think at the end of the day, I don't think people expected the Influence to walk away still undefeated here tonight, but that is exactly what has happened. Folks, we are going to take this incredible energy and we're going to roll now into a matchup in the junior division bracket. It's going to be Daisuke Sakaguchi taking on superstar Ricky Gilmore. Both of these men have had incredible stories take place in Super Spirit Wrestling, much different men than when they very first entered these leagues, and we are going to see the result of those changes here tonight.
Making his way to the ring, representing Lionhearts, Daisuke Sakaguchi.
A passionate competitor is Sakaguchi, the team captain of Lionhearts, formed alongside Afterimage, who picked up a huge victory last night over Paragon.
And his opponent, superstar Ricky Gilmore.
When we met Ricky Gilmore in 2020, we met him as Mama's favorite Ricky Gilmore. A much more clean-cut young man with a passion for pro wrestling, much like Daisuke Sakaguchi's. But now you see before you superstar Ricky Gilmore, a man who could not deal with his own losses after a harsh rivalry against Joey Marnell, who we also saw advance in his match here tonight. But yes, now Ricky Gilmore, a completely different person than we saw a couple Novembers ago, and Sakaguchi cannot underestimate him. Gilmore developing a mean streak like we never thought we would see from the bright young man that entered the New Dawn Tournament Series Volume 1 in November of 2019, re-emerging after some hard losses as superstar Ricky Gilmore with a nastier attitude, a more violent moveset. Daisuke Sakaguchi struggling to find his footing in the junior division throughout 2020. Daisuke Sakaguchi in that year was 8-13, Ricky Gilmore 14-8. So 8 wins for Sakaguchi and only 8 losses for Gilmore. The odds certainly against Sakaguchi here tonight as Gilmore applies a sleeper hold. And the big headbutt, the headbutts that Gilmore is known for. Sakaguchi trying to dictate the pace. Likes to wrestle at a much faster pace than Gilmore, although both of them being representatives of the junior division. And you see Sakaguchi, the quickness, rising to meet Gilmore with these strikes, but he is losing ground here as Gilmore drives him towards the corner. But the kicks to the midsection proving to be too much in this instance for Ricky Gilmore. Cross arm breaker now being applied near the ropes. Sakaguchi keeping himself between the ropes and Gilmore. Ooh, another headbutt there from Gilmore. Sakaguchi having to withstand these approaches. Irish whip, Sakaguchi with corner control here, and out of the corner with another tremendous headbutt is Ricky Gilmore. Arm drag takedown there from Sakaguchi. And look at this now, perhaps thinking a pile driver, but instead a back body drop across the apron. And Sakaguchi getting the crowd fired up here tonight in this junior division contest. Many would see this as an upset if Sakaguchi were able to defeat Gilmore. Gilmore now with a clover leaf in the center of the ring. And Gilmore now with the arms hooked. Oh my lord! Underhook backbreaker there, and he'll look to put him away. And Sakaguchi kicks out of a devastating maneuver, and that's the kind of change I was talking about there in Ricky Gilmore's approach. Look at this, he's got him up! Oh my God, the Eventide! Eventide! It could be over right now! 2, and it is! Ricky Gilmore making short work of Sakaguchi here in this first round matchup. The Eventide finding its mark in the corner, and Ricky Gilmore will move on. This crowd stunned here. Sakaguchi looking really good as we got toward the end of 2020, but Ricky Gilmore just the onslaught, just the approach, the focus, the drive, all leading to the Eventide, and he will move on in the junior division bracket. Folks, we have 2 matches to go here tonight, and they are big time affairs. First up in the heavyweight division, it will be the example, Hitoshi Tobe, trying his best against the first ever winner of the New Dawn Tournament Series, and thus our first ever Spirit Band champion, big man Benjamin Rose. Hitoshi Tobe, just an extreme great example, hence the nickname of what professional wrestling is. Its fundamentals, its approach, the overall school of thought, but that has not earned him much here in Super Spirit Wrestling. Will it earn him anything tonight here against big man Benjamin Rose?
Making his way to the ring, he is the example, Hitoshi Tobe!
And this is a man, folks, that the crowd is starting to get behind. The fan base of Super Spirit Wrestling starting to take note of the excellence that is Hitoshi Tobe. But a crowd split here tonight as Benjamin Rose is beloved far and wide since becoming the winner of the first ever New Dawn Tournament Series.
And his opponent, big man Benjamin Rose.
And the crowd howling in response at the return of Benjamin Rose once more to the New Dawn Tournament Series, a tournament favorite for many, and how could he not be? We know he can go the distance after an absolute war with Von Roth in 2019. And now Tobe with a big test in this first round. Stiff uppercut there. In the year 2020, Hitoshi Tobe with a record, a losing record of 8-13. Benjamin Rose with a long title reign as your first ever champion, eventually faltering as the year went on, ended 2020 at 12-9. Still a positive record, though more losses than many expected. Are we looking at a rejuvenation, or are we looking at a decline here tonight for big man Benjamin Rose? Inside cradle from Tobe, earns a 2 count. Following this match, folks, it will be our main event. There have been many opportunities for upsets throughout this tournament, and some of them have come to fruition. None of them, with differences like the one next. Randy Crawford, an absolute legend of professional wrestling, much in the same vein of Bruce Berry, has had an extremely rough go of it here in Super Spirit Wrestling. In the year 2020, Randy Crawford, only 2-18, folks. 2 wins out of 20 matches for a legendary professional wrestler who has held titles in multiple regions. And look at Hitoshi Tobe saying, "What do you got? Give it to me." Tobe sometimes confident to a fault, but in that exchange, he does send big man Benjamin Rose down. Randy Crawford has not enjoyed the same amount of success in Super Spirit Wrestling as she has all the way dating back to the territory era of wrestling, holding championships in almost every promotion she visited. That has been far from the case here in Super Spirit Wrestling, and this tournament has been seeded as such that the most successful athletes of 2020 will perceivably have an easier time against the losing side of the records. But competitors like Reynaldo Mendez in particular have proven that those numbers mean very little as we march into a new year. Chie Hamasaki on the other end of this matchup, the most dominant Destiny Band champion we've ever had in Super Spirit Wrestling, a long title reign. It took a triple threat elimination match, the efforts of 2 women at once, to finally do in Hamasaki, and Monica Palma emerged victorious in that matchup, now your Destiny Band champion. So Randy Crawford, with a wealth of experience, as Hitoshi Tobe looks for a cover here. Ultimately unsuccessful fall-away slam from big man Benjamin Rose. Crawford with a 2-18 record, looking at the most dominant woman currently, I think, in professional wrestling. Chie Hamasaki with a record of 14-4. Only 4 losses, and in the entire year, in one of the most stacked rosters in professional wrestling. Look at the power of Benjamin Rose. He's got Tobe up again in this torture rack, and he drops down into the backbreaker. And Tobe now with a counter bulldog, not looking to be outdone. Much more tournaments still to come, folks, as it will take the entirety of January to make our way through these brackets, carving a path toward our first major event of the year. New Purpose, 2 count there for Rose. And at New Purpose, the champions will defend against the winners. Look at this, he's got him up. This could be bad. Rose Crusher, and it could all come crashing down for Tobe right here. 2, Rose advances. A similar tale to the first installment of the New Dawn Tournament Series. Benjamin Rose making relatively quick work here of the example Hitoshi Tobe, and Tobe's tournament run is over. A lot of fans, as I said, split here in this building tonight, as I think people wanted to see Tobe advance, to see what he's truly capable of here in this new year. But inside of 5 minutes, the Rose Crusher finding the way for Benjamin Rose, and he will advance to the second round in the heavyweight bracket. Folks, we are now in the territory of that main event that I was just describing, Randy Crawford. You can't not respect Randy Crawford, despite the rough path that she has had in Super Spirit Wrestling, what she has done, what she has contributed and accomplished in the realm of professional wrestling. You just can't overlook it. But Chie Hamasaki doesn't give a damn. If you'll excuse me, she doesn't care. She just wants to hurt who is standing across from her, and you know that Chie Hamasaki in the back of her mind has got Monica Palma, has got the results of Spirit Odyssey weighing on her mind, weighing on her thoughts, with a lot of fury heading into this matchup. But can Randy Crawford do it? Can Randy Crawford go into 2021 the kind of legend we know she can be?
Making her way to the ring, Randy Crawford.
This crowd erupting for Randy Crawford. The slates have been wiped clean for 2021. The win-loss records returning to 0-0, and no one needed it more than Randy Crawford. But let's be real, folks. It's not gonna be easy.
And her opponent, Chie Hamasaki.
Some have described her as violence incarnate. Others just say that she is the most dangerous woman in professional wrestling. No longer the champion, perhaps hungrier than ever. Chie Hamasaki meeting Randy Crawford. Due to the disparity in their rankings throughout 2020, these women, I'm not even sure if they locked up at all, my memory fading a bit, but certainly have not had many matchups against one another, if at all. Randy Crawford with a slam sends Chie to the outside. And look at Chie, unaffected, standing tall, delivers a slam of her own. And look at this, Dragon Sleeper now early from Chie Hamasaki. German suplex driving Randy Crawford down into the mat, but the sprawling arms of Crawford out of bounds. And look at this, a brainbuster sends Chie out of the ring again. Crowd getting fired up here. Crawford looking focused. We know Crawford has what it takes to pull out big-time matches. But the odds are stacked against her here tonight in our main event of night 2 of the New Dawn Tournament Series. Look at Chie. No, my God! That DDT just so vicious. But Crawford out at 1 could be a good sign here. Oh, God. A takedown into the stomps, and Hamasaki will try for a pin again. Randy Crawford again, showing some tenacity. My God, what a slam. Crawford trying to fight back here. Noticing that Hamasaki's in the corner and she'd love to keep her there. Will we see the Crawford kick? Could we see it tonight, folks? A legendary maneuver from Randy Crawford off the top rope that has earned her victory after title after victory after title through her career. Can she find it here tonight? Oh my God, Hamasaki out of the corner with a big slam, and it's Hamasaki with some stomps off the top rope. But of course we know Chie, the former champion, as she looks for a cover here. 2 count, oh my God. Almost over in a heartbeat for Randy Crawford. Another big slam, and she's gonna look for another cover. Still not enough. We know Chie Hamasaki in the repertoire has the Hamasaki driver, a devastating maneuver with time and again. Look at this! Hamasaki just throwing Crawford by the hair across the ring. Big time counter there from Crawford. Cannot sustain too much of these big maneuvers. She's got to keep some momentum. She's got to dictate the pace, and she's just thrown down into the mat once again by Hamasaki. Oh, a near fall. A near fall there. Dangerous waters already for Randy Crawford. This could either be the upset of the year, or it could be over quickly. 2, and Crawford kicks out. Fisherman suplex, she's got her on the bridge, and just a 1 count. Crawford already suffering an astounding amount of damage. Oh, a jumping pile driver! A jumping pile driver from Crawford. High impact maneuver, looking for a pin of her own, and still just a 1 count. Stretch now being applied. Crawford continuing this offense, and you can feel the energy of the crowd starting to get behind Crawford, starting to believe, but there is still much work to do. Well, look at this, she's got her up again for another big DDT, but Hamasaki now looking winded, and Crawford getting to her feet. Uppercut lands and sends Hamasaki down. Not something a lot of people can say they've done. Look at this. She's got her up again for another jumping pile driver. Shoulders are down. Oh, almost down for that 2 count, but it's still just a 1. Hamasaki proving to be an absolute tank as we know her to be. Well executed drop kick. How many drop kicks has Randy Crawford thrown throughout her illustrious career? And how many times has she had to kick out of that maneuver, the German suplex? But now slammed right back into the mat, and this could be bad as Burt Wiggins approaches. Could it be over? It's over, my God! Chie Hamasaki sucking the air out of this room. Randy Crawford almost didn't even get a chance there, folks. Just slammed repeatedly down into the mat. We didn't even need a Hamasaki driver. It was just the strength, just rattling the body of Crawford over and over and over again until she got what she wanted. And really, folks, isn't that just the whole tale of Chie Hamasaki? Violence, violence and aggression until she gets what she wants. Tonight, she wanted to advance in a tournament, and so she did. Eyes on the prize for Chie Hamasaki, and another heartbreaking loss for Randy Crawford to start the new year. There was a lot of hope here tonight, a lot of belief that maybe Crawford could pull out something like we saw last night with Reynaldo Mendez, but Hamasaki dashing those hopes. It simply did not come true, and now Randy Crawford has got to take another long look in the mirror and wonder what is in store for her personally in this next year of Super Spirit Wrestling competition. Folks, what a night it has been. We're going to see you next Thursday and next Friday for nights 3 and 4 of the New Dawn Tournament Series Volume 2. We thank you so much for being here with us tonight. For everyone at Super Spirit Wrestling, I'm Shirt Donovan. Have a good night.